We begin with breaking new details just into the newsroom within the last hour. A small community is devastated after what appears to be the first deadly mountain lion attack in Colorado this century.
A group of hikers came across the mountain lion near a woman lying on the ground. They scared it off and discovered that woman did not have a pulse. Now we're hearing from another man who fought off a mountain lion on the exact same trail about a month ago.
For about 2 minutes, I was scared for my life because the cat was kind of circling me and trying to pounce on me.
Both that scary situation and today's deadly attack happened on Crozier Mountain Trail. That's in Glen Haven, up in Larimer County. Alan Janae joins us now tonight.
And Alan, this happened in a very small community that's no stranger to wildlife, but an attack is rare, and now we know of at least two.
Yeah, we do. You know, this Crozier Mountain Trail that leads out of tiny Glen Haven into the forest where mountain lions are common. Now, this is a woman who was reportedly hiking alone. She was discovered on the trail a little after noon today. Colorado Parks and Wildlife has already killed 2 lions in that area as they begin their investigation. These are images of mountain lions in Glen Haven, taken by a woman with a love of wildlife. As apex predators, lions are powerful and swift, and common in Glen Haven, where they were seen on these security cameras last month. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says other hikers on the trail saw a lion and the woman down ahead of them, about 100 yards away.
As they started to get closer, they started to scare the lion from the area by throwing rocks at the animal, and it eventually went away, but they found an adult woman lying on the trail.
CPW's Caravan Who says there were no signs of life.
One of the witnesses is a physician and did not find a pulse.
Rescuers were soon on the way, along with houndsmen who brought in dogs to help track mountain lion scents.
One mountain lion was shot on scene by officers, later tracked and euthanized. A second lion was located in the area and also euthanized by officers.
Lions, also known as cougars, are reclusive and usually avoid humans. Van Hoos tells us the lions were either subadult of a year or more in age or adult. It will be studied to establish whether human DNA can be found indicating attack and to check if the animals were healthy.
And CPW pathologists will conduct necropsies on the animals looking for any sort of abnormalities or neurological diseases like rabies and avian influenza.
It isn't the first recent threat from a lion on that trail.
Never in my life have I expected to have an encounter like that.
Gary Messina is a trail runner. One morning a little over a month ago, he snapped this photo of a mountain lion that was going after him.
For about 2 minutes, I was scared for my life because the cat was kind of circling me and trying to pounce on me.
Finally, he was able to grab a branch and hit it.
That's when I just took a stick and swung and hit it across the face, which made the cat kind of snarl and kind of run off a little bit.
He threw things at it, and the cat hardly backed down.
It was definitely a big cat. I've seen adolescent cats before, and this thing certainly seemed a big, healthy size.
Through things including his phone, which he went back later to get. Messina says he spread word around town in Glen Haven so people knew about the attack, and he says he told wildlife authorities as well. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says lions follow deer and elk down to the lower altitudes at this time of year. Now, an autopsy on the woman who died will determine her cause of death. Her identity has not yet been released.
Alan, CPW pointed out today, this is a rarity even in Colorado.
Yeah, and facts back that up, too, Michael. I want to be clear here. There have been only 28 known attacks on humans over the past 35 years in Colorado. CPW says the last time a person was killed by a mountain lion in Colorado was back in 1999. That was also in Larimer County. The death of 3-year-old Jared Atadero in the Poudre Canyon area was listed as a probable mountain lion attack, but some people still question that finding.
Just awful tonight.
Terrible.
Alan, thank you.